Hello again, everybody. This is Jeffrey Daniel here again, coming to you straight from Abuja, Nigeria. Today is September 24th, 2020. Okay? So, what I want to talk about, I still got my lockdown beard in full effect. We're still on semi-lockdown. And as we see that cases in Europe are starting to climb again, cases in America are starting to go up again. People are still wondering how they're going to get kids into school, out of school. The kids who came down with cases, don't let them go back home from college dormitories or whatever like that. Everything is still in a scramble. Everything is in a scramble and getting worse because now we're getting closer to the presidential election. And I warned you guys. What did I tell you before? I said, get ready for the big showdown, didn't I? Didn't I? I said, get ready for the race wars, didn't I? Didn't I? I mean, I warned you guys about a lot of things that were coming up. You know, it's like there's two things that I really lean on, two things that I tend to trust on. My perspicacity and my epistemology, okay? Now, when you rely on your perspicacity and your epistemology, 99.9% of the time, you tend to base your premise on empirical knowledge and truth. Now, for those of you who don't know, your perspicacity is your ability to envision things, to have a sense of what's going on, understanding what's happening around you. That's your perspicacity, okay? So your epistemology is that how you acquire knowledge and your method of getting knowledge and how things come to you. So if you lean on those two things, you know, you do right. So you guys get your dictionaries out because I'm teaching you guys some new words. Just like I told you guys before, President Trump is solipsistic, okay? He is solipsistic. So, and I'm going to get to that later and why that's important to understand these words and what's going on. So he's depending on your outrage. He's depending on your reaction. He wants you out into the streets. He wants you to get into these clashes because he wants to be able to send out the guards and he wants to be able to put everything on lockdown. Either he's trying to delay, postpone, or cancel the elections. And you guys are falling into his traps. Some of the things that he's saying is only meant for shock value to get your reaction. So be smart. Don't react to everything that he's doing. I mean, I'm not saying that let it slide and ignore it, but I don't think you should get so physically and emotionally invested in some of the things that he's saying and doing. Because at the end of the day, we have a constitution, we have a government that's intact. Some of the things he's saying, this is not, what did they call it, a totalitarian government. He can't just do whatever he says he's going to do. There are checks and balances that he has to go through. So don't just take, oh, Trump said this, oh my God, Trump said that. Now, he is saying some alarming things, no doubt, okay? The theme for this video I want to say is, vote for your lives, vote for your lives. This is it, you guys. You have to vote for your life. You're not voting for just another president. You're not voting for another party to come into office. You're not even really voting for policies now. You're voting for your lives. Because your lives are at stake. All of our lives are at stake right now with this, what's going on and what's developing, what President Trump is potentially putting into action. Everything. Trump has overtly contemplated refusing to capitulate to the defeat of the next election, be it that he is defeated. He says he's doubting if he'll capitulate. What is that saying? Now, even if he says that he won't accept it, just because he says he won't accept it means that that's it? Like we don't have constitutions and other arms of the government to keep these things in check and in balance? They'll just sit back and go, okay, Trump, all right. Come on. It's not that easy. Or is it? Is it? The way things are developing, the way he's behaving, I don't know. We have to question even that. But theoretically, he shouldn't be able to pursue these things the way he's saying that he is, even if he's the president. A president doesn't have total power like a monarch. Like, he's not the king of America. He's not the, he's just the president. It's not a dictatorship, is it? Is it a dictatorship government? So, you guys, I'm telling you, don't fall into these traps. Okay? If he wants to send his people out in the streets armed, because that's what's happening now in these protests that's going on now, especially after Breonna Taylor. They had armed people walking along the protesters. These are not government agents. They're not police. These guys are armed. Just like the one that happened in Kenosha, and the guy wound up shooting 3 people, killing 2 and wounding 1. And Trump is on the side of the shooter, congratulating him for shooting Americans. Okay? So, don't get out there and get involved in this. And now he's saying that he will not accept the mail-in voting when they have been proven to be effective, proven to be non-corrupt, proven to be, of value to the voting system. And he's saying, well, if I lose because of mail-in voting, because people are on lockdown and coronavirus and people shouldn't crowd in like they do at his rallies, there are a lot of people who have common sense and don't want to show up to polling polls, booths or whatever, so they'd rather mail in. People who are out of the country like myself, people who are in another state like him, because he mails in his vote because he's a resident of Florida or he's a resident of New York. Which one is it? But he's done mail-in voting too, between Florida and New York before. He's actually done it. So he's saying if he loses, he doubt if he'll accept the outcome of the election. It's not even up to the president to accept the outcome or not. It's up to the nation. So you guys don't get hooked up on this stuff. Don't die for him. Okay? Is that a difficult request to make? Don't die for him. Don't go out and die on his behalf. Don't get caught up into his solipsism. Don't get caught up into his stupidity. Be smarter, you guys. If they want to go out in the streets and march with their weapons, lay back. Let them go. Let them go. Let them shadow box. Let them shoot each other. Don't get involved in it, you guys, like that. They want you to. They're depending on you to react. They're depending on your reactionary. Don't do it. There are ways to handle these things, especially now that we're so close to the election, you might as well just chill and vote for your lives. Get him out. I'm not saying that Joe Biden is the answer all to everything, no more than, but we got to get this guy out. Joe Biden is the only answer now. Get Joe Biden in, get Kamala Harris in. After they're in, then now we can start, championing whatever, things we need done and what we need to go through. Trump clearly has deaf ears. He's not listening to the American people. He's not listening to his professionals. He's not listening to medical experts. He's not listening to other politicians. He has deaf ears. The guy is totally solipsistic. And if you guys want to look up this word, please look it up. I'm not throwing words at you like that. I'm sharing them with you. It's going to increase your vocabulary too, okay? Yeah? Okay. So anyway, you guys, don't go out and die for this guy. Just go out and vote him out, okay? If you're a Trump supporter and you really feel that this guy is your answer, okay? Go to a polling booth and vote. You need your guns. You need your weapons. You need to march out into the street for it. You need to attack the opposing party because you believe in your... What does guns have to do with voting? I'm going on a protest, let me bring my gun. I'm going to a polling booth, let me bring my gun. What do guns have to do with it? Like I said in my other posts, what country allows all these weapons into their society and allow their citizens to be armed like this and to come out to address conflicts armed. It's only a matter of time before somebody gets shot, like in Kenosha. Like last night with the Breonna Taylor protest, 2 policemen were shot. In Los Angeles, someone walked up to a police car and shot 2 officers point blank, killed one and wounded the other. Now, I know right now a lot of people don't have a lot of empathy for the police because of the way the police killings have been going on, of killing unarmed citizens and all this thing going on, So it's like it's getting like a tit for tat, It's getting out of control. But I don't condone anybody getting killed like that. I don't care if you're the police. I don't care if you're citizens, especially the citizens, especially unarmed citizens. And this is what this whole thing is going on with Breonna Taylor. Isn't it strange now that somebody can be killed in their home, minding their own business, and they're turning it out as if they're responsible for being killed in their home? They're coming out with all the evidence to try to point like, well, her ex-boyfriend used to have drugs and there may have been drugs in her place and da-da-da-da-da. That's what they do. The moment that they kill someone unjustifiably, they try to demonize you and they try to find out all this other, incriminating data to make you seem like, well, you are a bad person. But even if you are a bad person, is being a bad person the death penalty? Okay, so she was a bad person, so so them killing her was justifiable because it's just what they do to everybody. The guy they shot in the back at the behind that whatever it was, Burger King or Taco Bell, whatever the restaurant was, with his car, where he slept in his car and he got out of his car, and then they shot him in his back. Then they went and found some background information on him about what he has done in the past or what his character was based on, to justify shooting him that night. We don't fall for that. It ain't the okie doke, you guys. Jim Crow days are over, and we're going to enforce that. They're over, done, gone with. So we're not going to live like that, and And another thing I want to say is like, when you have people of color out, say either Black Lives Matter or even the way people are reacting to this Breonna Taylor, at the way the indictment came in. And they're going, we need this, we deserve this, we deserve... we're not out there, we shouldn't be begging. It's not even about civil rights. It's not about being treated as an American. We have universal rights. We're a part of this universe. We're a part of this planet. So whatever country puts their little jurisdiction and their regulations and restrictions and their legislation and this and that, what's that got to do with the rest of the universe? Of course, we need to be governed by certain laws to keep things in order and to stop, anarchy and chaos. But we're bigger than these laws because we create these laws. Laws are created by men, Laws were created by men. Even if you want to go to the biblical thing, they're created by men too. I know people are going to get down. No, don't you touch on that, But that's another subject, another day. Okay. So anyway, let me go to a quick hot topic real quick before we get out of here. I'm not going to make this one too long. Hot topic. Today's hot topic is Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron. What? No, I did not say bootlicker. Stop it. Okay. What I want to talk about is Attorney General Daniel Cameron. Okay. What? I did not say House Negro. Stop it. God. People are going to get me in trouble. I am not. What? The master bootlicker. Come on. I'm not going to say these things, you guys. Okay. And trust me, I am not the one who says that his Uncle Ben convertible rice box smile disgusts me. I'm going to tell you guys something. Daniel Cameron, you can't blame him. You can't blame him. Let me tell you what, you guys are the one with the problem. Because you assume that every black person you see should be on our team. That's where your problem lies. That's where your fault lies. Just because a person is black does not mean that they're on our team. So he's doing what he does. He's doing what he is. That's what he is. Now, we don't agree with it. It's ticking us off. While the rest of the country is protesting against this indictment and what's happening in this case of the 3 policemen not being officially charged with murder when someone has been murdered, then what they really want to book him for are for the bullets that went through the wall into the other apartment, not the bullets that killed Breonna Taylor. How does that work? Okay, another thing. It took them so long, so many months to finally bring this to the table and to the forefront and get the indictment there. They had all the time in the world to rework their story. And I think that's what they did. Now they're saying that the initial officer who came in and was shot first in the leg, see? He was shot in his leg, that his bullet is the one that killed her. I think they had enough time to get their story around to say that he was shooting in self-defense rather than one of the other officers was the one who did all the shooting. See, they have time to fix it now. You have to understand. And if you want to accuse me of, being a conspirator and coming up with a conspiracy theory or whatever like that, look at the history of law enforcement. Look at the history of all these cases. It's designed to protect these guys, regardless to what if they're kneeling on your neck, if they're shooting you in your back. Okay, so as history shows, the system is designed to protect these officers. They're not designed to protect us, you know? So they have all these loopholes and all these legal, twists and turns that they go through in order to free them, no matter how wrong they are, no matter how justifiable the killings are to us poor citizens, okay? So you guys, we have to watch what's going on with this case. But in the meantime, don't go out. I mean, I don't want to say don't protest, because protesting is a way to help make change, but be careful. Don't go out there and get involved in these street clashes and scuffle, because they're putting people out there. They're depending on your participation, your rage. They're depending on you to go out there and join this so that they can bring in these federal agents with unmarked uniforms on, militia people who are out there waiting just to start, just like in Kenosha, and 3 people were shot. So if you know what it's going to lead to, why get fed into that? You can sit at home, you can get on your PC, you can find other ways. Or I don't want to say don't protest, because protests are good, but look what the protests are turning into and leading into. Don't be led like a blind sheep into their little thing that they're putting together, because they're depending on your participation. They're depending on you thinking you're going for something and it becomes something else. Okay? So this Daniel Cameron, he's just being who he is. He's doing what he does. Now, here's the crazy twist about it. Daniel Cameron is married to Mitch O'Connell's, either his niece or his granddaughter. I'm seeing conflicting, descriptions on her. But she is related to Mitch O'Connell, okay? The guy is posing in the Oval Office with Trump, okay? The guy is hugging Mitch O'Connell. I'm not into getting into people's personal thing, who he's married to. That's his business. If he's married to a white woman, he's married to an orange woman, a purple woman, that's his personal business. But at a time when we are so close, we're at a very pivotal point in history of having an opportunity to finally get things right on our behalf, to get rid of these police brutality and police killing. The Kentucky Attorney General is standing on the side of the law, and he happens to be in black skin. I'll just give him that, okay? He's in black skin. Don't judge a book by its color. The outer appearance is the outer appearance. Whatever's in the inside of that guy, it's not up for me to judge. It's not up for me to say. Come on, stop it. I did not say Oreo cookies. Please. My God. Okay, anyway, so it's not up to me to judge the guy, okay? Excuse me. I didn't say coon. I was coughing. But whatever he is, he's standing on the side of Trump. Trump is patting him on his back publicly for not standing up for his race or our race. Okay, for not standing up for our race and looking like one of us. He's being patted on the head and the back and shoulders by Trump, and I'm sure he's looking out for the security of his career, for the future of his place and what he's doing, because the way he ascended to where he is questionable. The rapidness of it. You guys look some of this stuff up and see what's going on with the Kentucky Attorney General, Daniel Cameron. Look it up and see, okay? All right. Things are getting hot. I told you guys a couple months ago, as we move towards the election, things are going to crescendo and build up to craziness like we've never seen before. It's already happening. Trump is losing his mind on camera, insinuating that he will not accept a defeat if he loses this election. Very dangerous words for a president to say. The usual stupidity that comes out of Trump's mouth, but very dangerous for a president to say. We got to keep your eye on the important things, okay? Your family, your life, your livelihood. Stay alive. Do not die for this guy. You guys, don't go out there and die for this guy. That's all I'm saying, okay? It's not worth it. He's not worth it. Kill him at the ballot box, okay? At the ballot box. I didn't say with a gun. I didn't say, I mean his presidency. Kill his presidency at the ballot box. That's the only way you guys can do it. Vote for your lives. Vote for your lives. That's all I got to say. I love you all. Spread the love. Make love great again, as I always say. And soon we're going to go back to the world, and I'm going to show you guys about that soon, okay? We're going to get back to the world. We're going to take it back and start it over again, because we're going to get it right. We're going to bring this planet back in our hands. It's been taken out of our hands for a long time, and look at where it's going. Look where all the governments are going. All the governments, everywhere, because of the influence of the Europeans. We got to get this thing back in our hands, and we're going to get this thing right, okay? You guys can trust us. We just want to party. We just want to live. We just want to be beautiful. We just want to enjoy this experience called life. We don't want to build bombs to go out and kill people. We don't want to go out and decimate other people's countries and governments and rob and steal and rape people. That's not what we want to do. Is that so bad? Get us back in charge. Let us get back in charge. This planet will be a beautiful place all over again, like it used to be. Okay? All right. Anyway, take care, you guys. I love you all. I love you all. Okay? Whoever you choose to vote for, go out and vote for that person. I'm not going to hate you because you vote for him, but I'm going to hate some of this insanity that's being imposed on us by that side. You guys, stop the hate. Hate never made nobody great. Make love great again. I love you all. Bye-bye.